Hello and welcome to the JR's Gaming Podcast, where we talk about the rise of Nintendo and what this great gaming franchise has in store for us in the future of gaming, and of course, the country from which it was born, Japan. I'm your co-host, Roan Fern, and I'm joined by none other than Elijah Turp. How are you?
Hello,
Was that
I'm
intro
okay.
better? Was that intro less linear than last episode?
Very enthusiastic. I was caught off guard, but very good, very
Caught off
good.
guard, right.
Yeah.
Well, so what have you been up to then? Anything interesting? I'll let you say what you've done recently. I mean, I don't know about you. The weather where I am has not really changed. So
Yeah, it's been very rainy down here as well. Today's actually sunny, which is interesting. The first sunny day we've had in a while, but it is still
yeah,
quite rainy on and off.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, not great weather. Again, that's just British summertime, you know.
yeah. But
It
normally,
should be,
like
it
in the
should be
summer,
sunny,
there's
but
like
it's not.
30. Like we only got 2 days of like 30-degree heat. Like, and
Yeah,
that was in
yeah.
June. July's just been a complete. Like July was an absolute fail. Now we're in
Yeah.
August. Like,
Oh yeah, it's August, damn. Yeah, we're recording this on the 1st of August.
by the time they're listening, it's the 5th, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been good. I've been playing games, doing work, just normal stuff. Have you played Genshin before? You know what Genshin
No.
Impact is.
No, I know what it is, but like I've not played it.
Okay, I was always very against it because the internet seems to hate it.
Yeah, no, I've
Um,
seen like all the hate on it. Like,
Because it's like, oh, anime game. But now I've actually played it. I have friends who play it, so they told me to play it, and it's not actually bad. It's quite like there are some things that I'm like, okay, yeah, this is just too anime.
too
But
anime.
most of it is like pretty casual.
What
and
do you
you
mean?
can't just
what
play the
what
game.
is too anime?
I don't know, just like the weird noises that some characters make. I'm like, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to
No,
make that
yeah.
noise. You can just be quiet. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, most of the game is really fun, so I'm enjoying it. Also found a band. I wrote new band. It's not new. They're an 70s and 80s Japanese jazz fusion band called
Right.
Cassiopeia, and I don't know, they're really good. I'm in love with them already.
You just
like-
found it and you've just
yeah, only just found them.
right.
Apparently they're really popular online, so I mean,
Oh
cool.
right, yeah, that's good then.
They got a new fan, yeah.
Yeah, well, yesterday I went down to Stoke-on-Trent to pick up a massive telescope.
Okay.
It's not something you do every day, is it? And it's you guys like you listening can look it up. It's called Skywatcher 200p, and it's like, we had to take it like apart just to fit it in the back of the car.
Oh damn.
So so we got like home and it's just sitting like, because obviously like I was going to use it yesterday, but it was too cloud, like the moon was out but the clouds were just going over it, so like there was
yeah,
no
yeah.
chance of like seeing it, like
So you got it for stargazing, yeah? Things like that, or
well, not necessarily. I bought it for planets really, because it can see like Saturn, and it's one of those telescopes.
Oh,
It was
okay,
a really
right.
expensive telescope,
right.
so you can see like Saturn and stuff. So
Mm.
only problem is like to see Saturn rises at like 2 a.m. so I'd have to stay up really late to see it. But but anyway, yeah. No, I think it's I mean, I'm just getting some like equipment for that, getting it set up and stuff. And yeah, I'm going to start using it. Like the moon obviously is like probably the thing I'll look at the most, because it's like, you don't have to stay up like to see it.
Yeah.
But like, I can always like, and apparently, you know what the ISS is.
International Space Station.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
it's like
okay, yeah.
something that it like orbits the so it's like NASA have like put it in orbit of the Earth.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a satellite kind of thing, and you can apparently see it like when it's above the UK, you'll be able to see it through a telescope. I don't know.
Oh, you can
like,
see it. Yeah. Okay. Right.
You can see it with it. It has to be with a telescope though.
Yeah.
I don't
What
know.
would
Does
be
it?
right, but
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know how big the ISS is. I'm assuming it's like you have to like have a telescope to see it, but I mean, I've never seen it. Like I've never like seen it in the sky.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like it's not even that far away from the Earth. It's just like small. That's why it's like you still need a telescope. It's weird. It's weird. All of it's weird. But
And that sounds fun though. Yeah.
yeah. It's a very expensive hobby. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I think that's an understatement. But yeah.
I need to collimate it because I can't use it till I get it collimated, and collimation is basically sort of like you calibrate it, because like if you like try and use it without collimating it, it'll like be sort of like blurry a bit. So you have to like get a laser. It's this sort of laser pointer thing to like calibrate the telescope so it's like a crisp image. It's really, and apparently if you like move it around too much, you have to recollimate it. It's all really advanced. Because like when you think of telescopes, you think of like the ones you hold and like look through. It's nothing like that. It's like this massive metal like tube on this like thing, and you can like tilt it forwards, and it's honestly like I've never like dealt with something like this before. So like it's been like a new thing. How many times am I saying like in a sentence, by the way? Quite a lot. But anyways, moving on from that, that's pretty good. What on earth is X? Now, I found out about this. Elon Musk has rebranded. The rebrand for Twitter makes no sense. Have you seen this?
Wait, he's rebranding Twitter.
Yeah, he's rebranded Twitter.
No.
So if you look at it, it says X.
Oh no.
And now a tweet is called an X. So you send an X instead of a tweet. You put out an X.
No. He
Elon,
really
man.
is. Damn, he really is.
And everyone hates it. It's an X. It's literally just an X. What's next? Are we gonna like rebrand Facebook to just like Q or something? X isn't even like, you should at least like make it T, because then like that makes more sense. What's X got to do with anything?
Yeah.
I really
why?
don't understand this.
I don't like. This is gonna kill the platform for a lot of people. Because Twitter has been Twitter for the longest. It's like if they changed the name YouTube to like Y. Like how? Like that would not. Like no one would want that. Only Elon Musk would do this, man.
I know.
Only him.
Honestly,
Damn.
why would I don't understand what was going through his head. Like, I just don't know. Like, it's the same thing when I mean, Facebook's still Facebook, but like it's sort of like Meta now.
Yeah,
like,
Meta. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same sort of thing. But this is just there's no bluebird. If you go on Twitter now, or X now as it's now called, you will not find the bluebird anywhere. There's just an X where it used to be.
No, let me log. Oh no, it has changed. No.
Has it already changed?
Yeah. No, I'm logging into Twitter and it's changed. Oh, that's.
It's not Twitter anymore. Wait, but it's funny because it says X and then it says join Twitter today. Like, pick one.
Yeah.
You can't have two names.
Oh, that's so ugly.
I know.
No. The top corner it just says, "Ah, bro."
X, yeah. And he did it
Rip
literally.
Twitter.
I think he literally did it yesterday or like a couple days ago. Cause, like,
Also, this is just weird because everything still looks like Twitter. It's just that the logo's changed and the name has changed. It's
Yeah,
not
but
even
like-
like they've actually rebranded the site.
No,
It's exactly
no.
the same.
No, yeah, it's literally the same. They've not like
What on
merged
earth?
with anyone or anything. It's just I don't understand why. I don't understand why the names have to change. I mean, I just don't understand. It's bizarre. It makes no sense. And plus, like X like has nothing. You know, the X doesn't even appear in the word Twitter. Like at least put it to T or something. But like it's
yeah.
X.
What
I
on
don't
earth?
actually get.
They're
it's-
also tweets are now called posts.
They're just called. I thought they were called X's.
No, they're called posts. So it's very
It's called
just generic.
posts.
It's like generic. Just
It's yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know why he's done this. I really don't know. I can't believe he's done this, honestly. But I don't know what like the intention is. I mean, YouTube, like, you don't have to like constantly rename. This is the thing about like society nowadays. It feels like people like feel like they need to just constantly modernize things, and it's not really needed. Like Facebook's still Facebook, YouTube's still YouTube. Like, I just don't understand. Like, and Twitter's like a massive thing now. So I'm assuming there's going to be. I mean, I'm pretty sure like a lot of people like he might get sort of bullied into like just reverting the change.
I hope
but-
so because like I get it. Like he bought the company, but he really should have asked people first because there's millions of people that use this site, and if he just thinks he can kind of like, oh yeah, I own it, so I can change it. It's like it's really
yeah, that's what he thinks. Yeah.
like it's kind of I don't know. It's not good. No, not only does it look awful, but oh my days. Oh no. I'm on I haven't been on Twitter in ages, and then I come onto it now and it's all damn okay.
Is it literally just X?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign in. I'm gonna sign in and see like what the interface is like, because like I've not been on Twitter like since it was Twitter and not X. So
Mm.
so wait. Oh yeah. So it doesn't say like. Hold on. Does it not say like tweet anymore or something? It doesn't say like. It just says post.
Yeah, it just says post. No longer tweets. It's all post. It's called X. It's.
But
Damn,
there's no.
okay.
But there's no. But
Yeah.
tweets are like. I don't understand these. This is the most like. It's one of the biggest like like things
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. I don't know why. Again, this rebrand came out of nowhere. Chances
You
are
didn't.
he's gonna put it back because people are not happy about this. Obviously,
No. No one likes it.
no one likes it. Also, it just doesn't look good. Anyway, the X doesn't look good. The logo.
The X. No. It's
The
not
fact that
consistent.
everything is the same, like on the site, everything's the same, and it's just now X. It just doesn't feel right anyway.
No. And
So,
also like the X is weird. Like it's got like the two lines are like different.
yeah, this is really.
It looks so weird. It's really, really weird. But I hope he reverts this change because like I don't like it. I literally found out about it like while I was making the plan up. Like I was going on Twitter for stuff and I thought, wait, this is not Twitter. And I thought, hang on, yeah, no, this is Twitter. And I thought, oh,
Damn.
it's now
okay.
X.
Well, that's a terrible start to the podcast. No.
Is it?
Bad news. Bad news. Damn.
Well, it is. Well, let's get into some. Should we get into some good, hopefully, news?
Yeah.
By going into news of the week. I mean, yeah. So yeah, let's do that. So story number one. Now, this I guess is like just like a discovery of it more, like not sort of like a breaking. I mean, maybe it's breaking news, but it's sort of like a discovery that someone's made. So story one. Ultimate Console Database secures ultra-rare Nintendo Labo Switch. Now, if you don't know what Nintendo Labo is, then it's just cardboard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the cardboard Switch, and you could build, I don't know, an instrument out of it. And
You got
Yeah.
like, just basically just, when you bought Labo, you just got cardboard, and you can just like, make it into like a piano, you can make it into like,
yeah,
whatever.
they sold cardboard for extortionate prices,
They sold cardboard.
and they got away with it as well.
They got away with it, yeah. You could probably make some of the Nintendo Labo stuff, like, if you're, like, like, if you just use your, like, surely, because, like, why not just buy, like, the other part? This is going back to the Xenoblade box again. Like, if you just want the flutes, just get the flutes. Why not just use your own cardboard and then just, like...
Yeah, no,
like-
in this case, you can just make the stuff yourself. Like, if you're a crafty person, you can do it yourself, you know.
But if
you
you're a
don't need-
crafty person, you could make the flutes from Xenoblade.
Oh yeah, but that's like very specific, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, let's read. So, remember that super rare Nintendo Labo themed Switch, exclusive to an official Nintendo competition? Do you remember this?
I do not know.
I have no idea. Right. Well, it seems we might actually be able to find out a little more about it after the Ultimate Online Console Database Console Variations was able to secure this particular unit for an undisclosed sum after 5 years of searching and 1 whole year of negotiations. Wow. So they were just talking to each other for a year, like, about... I don't know,
Collectors
what
are
would need to be
patient.
discussed? Like,
I
in
mean,
a
probably
year?
the price, probably the person who had it didn't want to get rid of it, and the
right.
collector
They were
wanted
just
it.
reluctant.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, well, around 7 of these special Nintendo Switch systems were given away here in the West, according to the database, with the official Nintendo competition running in locations like North America, Europe, and Australia back in 2018. Factoring in the Japanese contest, this figure is hovering around 10 in terms of the system's rarity value. The site awards it a 98 out of 100. So yeah, if you ever encounter one, you should probably scoop it up. The tweet reads, 5 years of searching, 1 year of negotiations, we finally managed to get the rarest Switch console in the world, the Nintendo Switch Labo console. We got it directly from the winner from back in the days. As highlighted by the social channel of the database, this particular unit was acquired directly from one of the winners of this competition, so it can now be preserved. Nintendo may have also produced extra ones based on some other claims, so there are mixed reports about the total amount in existence. If you're still wondering just how different this Labo Switch is compared to a regular one, former Nintendo of America employee Kit Ellis, who now co-hosts Kit and Krista, says he was actually lucky enough to hold one of these unique units before the contest began. Supposedly, it was pretty amazing how it matched the look and feel of cardboard. Now, that's the news.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Now, if you actually look up the this particular Switch, it's the dock and the sort of the whole Switch sort of mimics like the look of cardboard. Like it looks like cardboard. Now, whether or not you'd want that, in your Nintendo Switch.
I think it's cool. I think that's a very makeshift kind of feeling,
Yeah.
and it's nice. I mean, obviously very unique, very rare.
And I think the colours like not bad either. Like it's quite sort of it reminds me of sort of like just I don't know. Like I can't put my finger on it. It's just a nice looking like it's slick. You know, like the dock and like the way it fits, and it's got like Nintendo Labo on the front of like the dock, and like you know the texture of it as well. It's not just like a solid colour. They've actually like textured like the Joy Cons and stuff. So it actually like looks like proper cardboard. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like one colour. But
Yeah.
I'm interested. So, 1 year of negotiations. What needed to be discussed? Were they just firing off prices for 1 year?
I mean, I think it would have been a mix of prices and persuasion of like having the winner actually want to give it away.
Yeah.
Because obviously, that person, they won a competition. So like, imagine someone gave you a free PS5 and it was really, you know, specially designed, whatever. You wouldn't want to give that away. No matter how many years pass, you wouldn't want to give it away.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess it probably took a year because yeah, A, negotiating the price, but B, they didn't want to get rid of it, so they had to persuade them to actually let it go.
Well, I think this is interesting because I don't know about you, but I'd never heard of this Switch. Like way back when, like in 2018, I'd never heard of this competition.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen this Switch before. I thought it was like when I first saw it, I thought it was like a new thing that was like coming out. But then I remembered that Labo was literally like ages ago, and like I said, like a Labo, like I don't really see the point. Like, you know, like how much is a piano? Like a small piano,
obviously,
like
with Labo itself, it's not worth it. It was a fun little idea, but it's not worth buying it now. But again, like the Switch being themed after it's still cool, I think.
yeah. But basically, this is just like a really like good thing. I mean, there's only like over 10 of them, like just 10 or something like that. There was like a really small number of these Switches available. So, you know, if you like I said, if you ever find one, then you should get it. If it's like, because this is the thing, like you can often get like good deals at like places where like they don't know what things are worth, so they can put out like a really rare thing and it's like priced at like normal price, and like you can just like get like a really good deal. Like I've seen that happen. I've actually done that before, like on some like GameCube games and like Wii games that are like rare.
Okay, yeah.
But you know, like, yeah, I think this is a good discovery. I mean, and I like the look of the Switch. Apparently, according to the former Nintendo employee, they said it like mimics the look and feel of cardboard. So apparently, it feels like cardboard as well. I don't really know how much I believe that. How it feels like. I mean, I guess it's just because it's like it looks like it. It's you might imagine it to feel like it as well.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. Probably not physically feeling
No.
like cardboard. Yeah.
No, then it's probably made by the Labo thing. But anyway, so that's pretty good. Any final thoughts on that? What's your sum up of that story?
Well, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a nice little nugget of information to have, and I'll be keeping my eye out in the future if I ever see one.
You think, yeah?
Which obviously it probably won't. It's that rare that probably won't. But
how many do you think
never
are
know.
in? Do you think there's any in the UK? Because it said Europe. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a chance that someone from the UK won it, like in 2018.
I mean, yeah, there's a chance, but then again, there's like hundreds of millions of people in the UK, so
Yeah.
don't know how easy it'll be to just find one, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can check like eBay or something, or like Facebook Marketplace.
I guess, yeah.
But I doubt there'll be any on there. But anyways, should we move on to story number 2 of News of the Week? Now this is groundbreaking news. I'm really, really excited for this news story. I think it's the best one, of the episode. I think this is the highlight. So, right, let's read it. So, I don't know why this is coming to the Switch. This is more of like a rant, than actually saying like, wow, this news, wow. This is more of like just sort of why does this exist? So I want to just sort of like talk about this and like, just question like everything about it, because I don't see why this needs to exist especially on the Switch. But anyway, let's get into it. So story 2. Dreamworks All-Star Kart Racing will see Shrek, Poe, Hiccup and more speed onto the Switch soon. How exciting. The residents of Far Far Away, the Isle of Berk, Troll Village, and wherever Kung Fu Panda takes place are heading for the racetrack as publisher Game Mill Entertainment has today announced Dreamworks Kart Racing, a new franchise-driven racer that will be heading to Switch later this year. The starting lineup sees 20 characters from Shrek, How to Train Your Dragon, Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, and more take to the track, racing around circuits that take inspiration from several of these worlds. Each character has their own unique car and can use items along the way to give them an edge over the opponents. Ringing any bells? Yeah, that's literally just Mario Kart. There's not unique in any way.
It's just a reskin of Mario Kart.
It's just a reskin of Mario Kart.
That's why I'm surprised they let it on the Switch of all places. Like,
I know, it doesn't need to be. It really doesn't need to be, unless you're that passionate about having like DreamWorks characters.
I mean,
in
obviously,
the game.
I don't think anyone's gonna buy this really. I think it's gonna flop really, but
it's gonna flop. I mean, maybe on the Switch, but like maybe like other places like PlayStation, Xbox, where there's like when there's no Mario Kart, like people might want to. It's the thing, right? I'll like read the last paragraph and then say my thoughts.
Yeah.
There are some changes from the usual IP racer formula to be found here, like magical switches which can be hit to unlock shortcuts, and there looks to be a variety of game modes to cater for those who want to race competitively, in split-screen co-op, or just take in the sights. Unfortunately, there is no trailer for this one yet, but you can take a look at the screenshots on Nintendo Live to get a taste of what's in store. So, first, before I go on a massive sort of ramble about this, what do you think? What's your just first thoughts about reading this? What's your first, sort of thoughts about this?
This reminds me a lot of Multiverses. So there's a fighting game called Multiverses, which has lots of like DreamWorks characters and I don't know, random.
It's got like Shaggy
characters.
And stuff.
Yeah, it's
like
got
Scooby.
Shaggy and Scooby. It's got Batman for some reason. It's got all sorts. All like Warner Bros. Characters.
It's basically Smash Bros, but like just.
And it's got like Adventure Time characters, and it is basically just Smash Bros, but it's a reskin of Smash Bros. And I'm just thinking this is going to be exactly the same kind of thing. And Multiverses got really popular when it first came out, but then it just died so quickly.
Yeah, no, it's
and there was another one that came before Multiverses, that died so quickly I can't even remember what it was about. But it was another Smash Bros reskin.
Wait.
But yeah, I think this is going to be a complete waste of money. And I think it's going to flop
as well. Brawlhalla's like another reskin of Smash Bros. There's lots of
no. I have 500 plus hours in Brawlhalla. I actually play Brawl a lot. It's different. It's not maybe on the surface it seems like Smash Bros. It's very different.
You can but it's got like Rayman in it and stuff. So like.
That's just like a skin though, like crossover skins and things like that. So. Yeah.
But they did like collabs and stuff, so like you can play as like John Cena.
Yeah. You can have like The Rock fighting against Obama in that game, which is amazing. Yeah, there's a skin.
Wait, Obama's in the game?
There's a Sentinel skin that looks like Obama, because a guy won an esports thing, and it said, okay, you can pick a skin, and he decided, I want Obama to be in the game. So.
Sweet. It's not actually Obama, but it just looks like.
It's not called Obama, but you know it's Obama, basically. So.
Right. I don't know why you'd want that out of like you can pick one character to have in a game, and he just wanted Obama
obviously,
so
just
badly
for a meme, I guess. But,
yeah.
Well, I'm glad he did. It's very funny. But anyway, Brawl's actually pretty decent. Again, still not as good as Smash, but it's pretty decent. But Multiverses was a flop, really. Yeah. And this is probably going to be exactly the same,
Now, my opinion of this is that it just doesn't need to exist, especially like. Fine, you can release it on like everywhere else. Don't release it on the Switch because the amount of people who are going to buy this on the Switch is extremely, extremely low.
Yeah.
Because if they have got the choice between Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and DreamWorks Racing, what are they going to pick?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Because like with Brawl and games like that, they're all not on the Switch. They're on like Xbox, PS4, and like PC. So putting this on the Switch. I don't get what they're thinking because it's not going to sell. When you have Mario Kart, why would you want to buy knockoff Mario Kart,
It depends because, like, I don't know, unless you're that passionate about, like, wanting to play as, like, Shrek, it doesn't matter. Cause there's
I think people would only get it for, like, the meme of playing as Shrek and that's it.
Or Donkey, yeah.
Yeah, like, no one's actually going to care.
Because, like, Kung Fu Panda, you can literally play as him in, like, the game.
I mean, but yeah, you can play as Kung Fu Panda in many other games. And it's a racing game anyway. What are you going to do? Like, the characters aren't actually going to be that different, really,
Yeah.
with the way they race.
I'm assuming there'll be like the classic, like like the Red Shell rip-off. Like there'll probably be like rocks or something.
Yeah.
There'll be like something that's like a bullet bill if you're in last place. They'll just rip all of the they'll just reskin all of like the the mechanics and like
Yeah.
features from Mario Kart 8 and just stick it like in there. I mean, like it's the same with like Garfield Kart. That exists. You can play Garfield Kart on your PC.
It's like in school
It's so bad.
when you take someone's homework and you change a few words around to make it seem like you did it yourself. I feel like that's what it's going to be. That's all it's going to be. It's just
that's
the
exactly,
same.
That's exactly
The same game at the bottom. It's all the same, but it's
It
just
is.
different characters, and that's it, really.
Yeah, because it's because Garfield Kart was the control. You play Mario Kart. It's like smooth, yeah. Like a Mario Kart is it's like really smooth gameplay. Garfield Kart is literally it's the most scuffed game in the world. Like its controls are so clanky, like drifting. Literally, you just go into the wall. It's like I've never seen like a decent kart racer other than like Mario Kart. Like it's the best one. I mean, maybe like there's been exceptions, but I mean, as far as I'm aware, like every time one of these games comes out, it doesn't do like well at all.
Yeah.
Like it never does.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't in the past has shown these things either play badly or they just underperform. But it's obvious. Like I don't know why they try and even make these games. Like
No.
imagine you're starting a shop and you're on a street and there's a Costa, there's a Starbucks, there's a Cafe Nero, there's a Pret a Manger. There's all these coffee shops, really popular ones. And then there's like 2 indie coffee shops as well. And you're going to put your crappy little coffee shop in the middle of all that and expect to get customers. Like,
Yeah, no.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, why even try? Like.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, it's like it's that saying. What's it? Like a small fish in a big pond or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's probably not the saying, but like.
Yeah, I don't think it is. It's close enough. Though. Yeah, we
But
get
like,
the idea.
it's
yeah.
like it's like I'm trying to think of another saying to sound profound, but I can't. So. But anyways, I just don't think this is going to do well at all. There's no reason for this to exist. And like I said, like a little kid's going to pick Mario Kart 8 Deluxe over Dreamworks
of
All-Star
course.
Racing. and plus it's every single kart racer ever made, like All-Star Racing. It's just, I don't know. And also, like, have you seen on the PlayStation, it's like Disney Speedstorm.
I haven't seen that, no.
That's similar to this game. You can play as like Mike and like Sully and stuff, like from Monsters Inc. and like Mickey Mouse. And I bet it controls like doo-doo. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's an exception. But like most of these kart races that come out that are based on Mario Kart, never, like, the controls are just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Like, it never plays well. And like, and also that this is funny. Do you know there was that, remember that kid YouTuber called like Ryan's World or something?
Yeah.
He has a game like on that's on the Switch as well, called like Race with Ryan.
Wait, he has a game? Like,
Yeah, look it up. Look up Race with Ryan. It's on the Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, it is real. What the kid? It's the little kid who like opens toys and stuff on YouTube.
And you can play as him and like race.
Oh no,
Like,
yeah, it's
oh my
on
God.
Steam and everything, and
It's on Steam. No, it's not.
yeah, it's on
Yes, it
Steam.
is.
It's on Nintendo Switch.
How
You
does it
can
have
buy
a 7 out of 10?
7 out of 10, 4.6 out of 5 on
No, that's got to be just little
Amazon.
kids.
Okay, wait, no, but 4 out of 10 on Nintendo Live.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna say.
makes more sense. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, so like.
I'm
you can-
surprised they could afford. I mean, to set this all up. But actually, no. But they are like a really popular YouTuber.
They are,
But
but
still, like,
at the same time,
who
yeah.
would have bought this?
Like,
Like, it just looks
like,
so bad as well. It looks so scuffed, like the faces and everything. It looks so bad.
Race with Ryan.
It's even got the kid on the,
On
like,
the
doing a little
box.
thumbs up on the box.
He's just in the corner. Like, it would look way more professional if they just removed him. Because
Oh,
it's like
no.
a cartoon, like, and then it's
Yeah.
just him in the corner, like a proper picture. But like, he's just stood in front of a green screen or something.
Was I going to read a review of this game? Race with Ryan review. Wow. Oh, the gameplay looks awful. It looks like
No,
a
yeah, I've
Roblox.
seen
It
it.
looks like a
It's-
Roblox game.
It's really bad. It's really, really bad. That's
Oh,
what I mean. Like,
no.
all these kart races that come out, the gameplay is always the worst element of it, and that's the main bulk of the game.
This
like
literally
Mario-
looks like a like this is like identical to something you could find on Roblox.
Yeah.
In fact, probably worse than what you could find on Roblox.
Yeah.
you can
I
actually
mean,
find-
what? Like, you're at GameStop or like Game or whatever, and there's like there's like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You're like trying to get a game for your Switch, and there's like
And you
Mario Kart 8
just you
Deluxe
see
and Race
this,
with Ryan. Like,
you
who's
see
gonna
this
buy it?
freaking the box art, and you see it next to. Oh, it just looks so cheaply made as well.
Yeah,
Man, I'm
wait.
so surprised. Oh, today.
Imagine like going to game and you say, "Hey, have you got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?" And you're like, "No, but we have one more copy of Race with Ryan left." Actually, no, they probably have like 1,000 copies because like
Yeah, 'cause no one sold it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who buys it. I mean, I think there's like serious reviews online as well. Like, you know, there's like people who like review games. They actually sit down and review this with a straight face. Like, oh, Race with Ryan is.
I've seen. I'm actually just, like on. I'm seeing some reviews. I'm also seeing a Twitter review, but it's called X now, so it's an X review. Yeah.
He has to revert it.
I didn't know this game existed, but thank you for showing me this.
Why?
I'm glad I know that this exists now.
Right.
'Cause
Why
I can
are you
laugh at
glad?
it. I can laugh at it now.
You can laugh at
That's
it, yeah. I mean, Race with Ryan.
But yeah, back to the actual.
Yeah.
The actual
Let's just
game.
sum up. Let's just sum this up. Just like Race with Ryan and Garfield Kart, I feel like it's just going to be another like kart racing games. The only kart racer that does really, really well is Mario Kart. Like, there's no denying that. It's just, and because like Nintendo, you know, they put effort into like the game, you know, because like I don't know, because Race with Ryan, like what budget was that on? Like a tenner?
But I feel like most of the budget, like I looked at the gameplay. Most of the budget probably went on just actually getting it out on consoles.
Yeah, yeah.
And you could probably run this on an old Nokia phone and it would run fine. Like it's that low quality.
Or like
there's
one of those
nothing
like
going on.
box PCs like from the computer lab. Or something.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Oh god.
It looks like it could be a flash game, honestly. Like
Yeah.
an old, like you'd find it in your old like school PC library or something, you know.
Imagine having like a 1080 Ti, like a proper like gaming PC, and like playing this. Like this could run on any computer under the sun.
Oh yeah. Oh, it could be like Doom. It could run on a pregnancy test as well, probably like that, you know.
Yeah, there's something that only shows like 2 lines can run this game.
Yeah. Well,
Can run on a pregnancy test.
maybe one day, you know, for the podcast, you and Judah can try and race each other in that game or something.
Wait, well, if I ever get this game, I'm gonna pirate it. I'm not even gonna hide
don't
that
actually
fact.
pay for
I'm
it,
not gonna
honestly,
buy
yeah.
it. I'm gonna get it off of like some dodgy website or
You could
something.
probably find it online. You probably don't even have to download it. You could probably just play
Oh
online.
yeah, look it in your browser.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, let's just sum this up. This, you know, DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. Again, generic name. These things never do well, and especially if it's on the Switch. You know, if like it's, you know, it's a small fish in a big pond. Like that's a good, yeah, that's the saying. And it's not gonna sell. It's not gonna sell whatever. I mean, the only way it will sell is people who just want to, you know, have the meme of like playing as Shrek or like Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it. No one's gonna buy this game to actually like want to play it.
Yeah, I just think I think it could have worked but why are they putting it on the Switch? That's just what I
think
don't
it would do.
understand.
I think it would do like sort of alright on other platforms. It won't be groundbreaking. I think it would do alright on other platforms, but like not the Switch, because like
Yeah.
people already have a kart racer there, which is like 10 times better than it. So, but anyways, I've saved the best story till last. This is interesting. Now I don't know if this is just a rumor or if this is like sort of semi-confirmed, but this is looking likely. So let's read this. So this is quite big news. Nintendo Switch successor reportedly due late 2024, which is about sort of this time next year, sort of time. So like a few months from now, like but next year. So Nintendo's next-gen Switch console is currently set to debut in the second half of 2024, according to a new report. Development kits for the console have now been passed to third-party developers. VGC states ahead of its debut next year. Wait, oh, never mind. That was the end of the sentence. But Eurogamer sources also expect a launch window in the latter half of 2024 for the next Switch console, which will remain playable in a handheld configuration. What does that mean? It's just going to be handheld.
I mean, I'm assuming. Yeah, they basically mean it will still be a handheld console. Yeah.
Right, but you'll
it'll
still be able to dock it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Connected to TV or whatever. Yeah.
VGC's report cites development sources which claim Nintendo is looking to debut its next console with an LCD screen rather than OLED in order to cut costs. The system will also reportedly continue to read physical media via cartridge. There are questions though about backwards compatibility. Will Switch 2 support Switch games? Here, VGC states some third-party publishers have suggested including the feature could cannibalize their ability to resell older games on Nintendo's new hardware. Nintendo is widely expected to be on the cusp of releasing new hardware as Switch hardware sales continue to slow. Switch software sales remain hugely profitable at present, however, and Nintendo recently have announced a bumper crop of games, which will see the Switch's current hardware generation extended into the first half of next year. The remainder of 2023 will see the arrival of Super Mario Wonder, Super Mario RPG, and the new WarioWare game. 2024, meanwhile, will bring a Princess Peach game and an enhanced version of Luigi's Mansion 2, but these will likely arrive before the Switch sees its final summer, and before the year's profitable holiday season. The long-delayed Metroid Prime 4 remains undated. Right, now this is pretty big news. I'm gonna go through pick out bits out of each of these paragraphs after this. After I get your thoughts, what are your immediate thoughts of this?
My immediate thoughts are, this sounds pretty good. This sounds what I expected as well. Me and Judah before kind of covered briefly like rumors and things. This seems like semi-confirmed, whereas we were only talking about rumors. But the rumors that we had were from like publishers and things like that, and they're saying it will come sometime next year, which is interesting. Late 2024 does sound very doable.
And it isn't far away if you think about it.
Yeah, it's only a year away, really. So
yeah,
I think it's a good I think it's a good idea to release it at that time. But also, I don't think it will be delayed or anything. I think it will be getting it next year, and it's very exciting. It's very it's good to hear that it's still handheld. Obviously, I'm assuming it will still be dockable or connectable to your screens and things like that. Makes sense that it would be. With the games, though, not having backwards compatibility and, re-releasing the games for the new console, that sounds like something Nintendo would do, as much as that would suck, because you need to rebuy all your games if you want to play them on your new console. That sucks. But
I mean, if they take the same time of cartridge, I don't know why backwards compatibility isn't doable.
Yeah, I think it's a choice. Like they could do it, but they purposefully won't do it because, like they said, it will
money. That's the reason.
It'll affect their profits. It's like really,
Yeah, because like, people can just buy the new console and then just like not buy any games and just play the old ones.
Yeah. So they want the new games to be bought. So it makes it like when the Switch initially released. There were like 5 games.
Yeah.
There was like Legend of Zelda was the only good game that came out when the Switch first released.
Yeah.
So having the new Switch release in a similar way, I mean, I thought they would have learned from their mistakes, but I guess it should be okay. Like, because we still have the Switch if we want to play our games and not rebuy them.
I guess like, but like for people who like don't have a Switch, like. If I had backwards compatibility, that would be like really convenient because they can say like, well, like to play Switch games, I can just buy this, and I can also play Switch 2 games. Whereas if I want to play like Switch games, if I want to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like I'll have to actually no, that doesn't work because you can just buy it for the first time. Never mind, because I'm assuming that they're going to release like all of the Switch. If there's no backwards compatibility. Most likely they're going to like re-release all of their Switch games or most of the Switch games.
No,
like,
I wouldn't say all or most. I'd say just the popular ones.
Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, obviously the big names, they would re-release them. Or they would make it like, you can just download it on the eShop, whatever. Actually, that's an interesting point. If you have it downloaded on the eShop on your Switch, you might be able to transfer that. Because
this is what I mean though. Is the Switch 2 hardware going to be the same sort of hardware as the Switch 1?
It'll be new hardware.
No, but like will the UI and stuff be the same, like the Switch sort of menu screen and is it going to be if it's a new console,
it should be different, yeah.
Should be different, yeah.
But as far as like the game transfer goes, they're going to not let you use actual cartridges because they want money, but they might let you do the digital kind of transfer, where if you buy it on the eShop, then you can access it anywhere.
I love how for like the GameCube they use discs, Wii they use disc, Wii U they use discs, and then back to cartridges. It's like whatever happened to discs?
I mean, discs are bigger. That's the thing. Like,
but
how
like
are you gonna fit your disc in your Nintendo Switch?
You can't. But like what I'm saying is like, don't discs like the whole reason why game companies switch to discs wasn't it because like discs can hold like more memory in it, so you can like have like better like games in the disc?
I mean, I don't know about that because these days, okay, yeah, but also there's some powerful
Because
Nintendo
like, why
Switch
would they
games.
switch to disc if like it didn't like improve anything? Like, there was a reason why like companies went to disc.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, the Wii and and all these home consoles, they weren't handheld.
No,
So
they
that's
weren't.
why they went to disc, and always the Nintendo handheld ones
But
have had cartridges.
yeah, but the Switch is a handheld and a home console.
But it's mainly handheld. That's the thing. It's not actually a home console,
It
because
kind of.
a home console is one that's always stationary, and has more powerful hardware because it's a home console.
Well, the dock's always stationary.
Well, yeah, but the dock is just a monitor to get it to your screen. Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just like a.
But that dock
an
is what
interface.
makes it a home console.
No. It's still not a home console. Because
But
the console itself, like the stuff inside it, is still handheld. Doesn't matter if you put it in your dock. It's still a handheld console. You're just seeing it on the big screen.
Yeah, but what if you only use it in docked mode? Then it's a home console.
Yeah, you'd use it as a home console, but it is still.
No,
a
to
handheld.
that person, it's a home console.
Yeah, and they're wrong because it's still a handheld.
No,
No, it's a handheld.
it's not.
It's a handheld.
Both.
No.
It's both. It's both.
It's a handheld.
No, you do realise that's the whole gimmick of the Switch. It's designed to be a
Yeah, I know
home
it's
console
designed to
and
be,
a
like,
handheld. It's
both,
not just a
yeah.
handheld. That's
But
the whole point
speaking
of
of like
that's why it's called the
hardware,
Nintendo
speaking
Switch.
of like hardware, and the reason why they use cartridges and not discs is because it's handheld. Because it's primarily a handheld console.
I don't think so.
They
I think
can't
like
add a disc to a handheld console.
a lot of people dislike the Switch Lite because it can't dock.
Yeah.
Right, but so because like a lot of people online are saying like, oh wait, the Switch Lite, it can't dock, and when I'm out and about, I barely ever game, so it's worth it for me to spend the extra 100 and get it to be able to like play it on the TV. Like a lot of people play like the Switch on the TV, like they use it as a home console. Just because it's primarily like handheld doesn't mean it's just a handheld.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's just a handheld, but I mean like that's the reason why they use cartridges. It's because it's still in the handheld.
But it would work with
console.
discs as well. Like if they could make discs work, and then they'd have like sort of like higher quality games.
But I don't think it would work. There's not enough room because they want to keep it thin and light and everything.
Yeah, you can do that. You can just have a disc reader like in the
But
Switch.
the disc
like,
is the size of the Switch, like.
Yeah. So you can just have a disc like spinning in the Switch.
And making all that noise, like.
No. They can like sort of like make it because like at the end of the day, it's the end of 2024. So like by that point, like we'd have progressed like so much like in a year.
You know
that
they're still behind all the other, like they're still behind like the
Oh, yeah.
Xbox One. You know.
They
like,
are.
If the
But the thing
Xbox
is, though-
Series X and everything, all these modern ones still make noise with the discs, I don't think.
Yeah, but they have to. If it was silent, no, because
Yeah, but they can't make
if
it
it's
silent.
silent. No, but if it's silent, that's a bad. If you put your disc in your PS4 and it's silent, that's bad because it means that the fan or something else inside it is failing. It has to make noise.
Of course. But the point is, for the Switch, if you're holding it, you don't want that loud noise right in front of you. You're not going to be able to hear the game.
You can just
you
put
know?
like headphones in.
Yeah, but the people who don't have headphones don't want to use headphones.
Who doesn't have headphones at this point?
Okay, but Switch are marketing it. Nintendo's market the Switch to everyone, you know.
Yeah.
To everyone. So people who
everyone.
don't want to use headphones and things like that.
And plus, like, it doesn't have wait, does it have Bluetooth?
I don't even know. I don't think it does.
Oh well, yeah, but like the point still stands.
Your point is crumbling. Okay.
It's not crumbling.
Anyway,
Trust me, it's
I think
designed
yeah,
to be
they're gonna
both a
stick
handheld.
with they're gonna stick with cartridges because the thing is, cartridges are still powerful. They're not as powerful as discs. But
No, they're not.
It's
So
Nintendo.
why
They're
have they
very
gone
behind.
backwards? It was the Wii U. The Wii U took discs, and then they went, no, now we're going back to cartridges.
The Wii U
Like they-
took cartridges in the actual Wii U handheld thing, and it took discs in the
What?
Wii. You connected the Wii U to the Wii.
No,
Do
but
you not remember the Wii U?
I remember the Wii U, and I remember I had Mario Kart 8 on disc. I had Mario Maker
Yeah, but you
on
put
disc.
it in the Wii. You put it in the Wii. You don't put it in the thing you're holding.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah. So why would they do it with the Switch?
Well, they could sort of make like a disc, like sort of thing on the dock, so like you could put like the disc like in the dock, and then like okay, yeah.
Okay, they could do that. True. But
Right.
will they? Probably not.
But a lot of people, like quite a lot of people, play the Switch in TV mode.
Yeah, of course, but they want to have the multifunctionality of it, so they don't want to have
Okay.
because they're not gonna. Okay, put it this way, they're not gonna release a game in both cartridge and disc form.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
cost them too much money. So. And
No,
think
it
about
wouldn't cost them,
Like,
bro.
look at-
Do you know how rich Nintendo is? Nothing costs them money.
Okay, yeah, but you know how they're always trying to get more money, and they're, trying to spend as little as possible, as clear by the.
They could buy
backwards
everyone on
compatibility.
Earth a Nintendo Switch OLED, and they'd still have like millions in the bank.
Yeah, true, but like they're still very stingy with their money, and they still want to get
This
more
is the
money.
thing. Like, why are they so stingy with the money? Like, they've
It's
got
a crappy
way
company.
more money.
That's all it is to them.
They got more money than they can count, and then. But anyway, right. So what I was actually supposed to do is go through this. So it's currently set to debut second half of 2024. That's good, right? There was something else I wanted to do. Look, claim Nintendo is looking to debut its next console with an LCD screen rather than an OLED in order to cut costs. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's just Nintendo being stingy again.
Again, yeah, because but an OLED. But again, yeah, we're going backwards. It's the whole thing again with the Wii U. You're going
just
from an
evolving,
OLED
but
screen to an
backwards, yeah.
LCD screen, and I get that the LCD screen's cheaper, but like, isn't it about like the and the OLED, like, it's still affordable, like in
The thing
some
is,
way.
what they'll do, they'll release this Switch 2 whatever, and in 2 years they'll release Switch 2 OLED. Like they'll do the same thing. That's why they're holding off on it.
Yeah, no, I this is what I don't like about game companies, is that like they purposely leave stuff out just so they can like add it later on.
Yeah.
It annoys me, but anyways, will Switch 2 support Switch games? Some third-party publishers have suggested including the feature could cannibalize their ability to resell older games on Nintendo's new hardware. Again, that's just Nintendo being greedy. They just want to sell more copies of their old games. Like, it's the same thing, Mario like Kart 8 Deluxe. It's Mario Kart 8, but with more characters and more tracks. It's basically just DLC for Mario Kart 8
Yeah.
in a new game. You want to play as Bowser Jr.? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You want to play as Kamek? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Actually, you want to play as Kamek? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the Booster Course Pass.
The DLC of the DLC, yeah.
DLC of the DLC. You want to play
When are
Coconut
they going to
Mall?
get like Mario Kart 10 or whatever? I mean,
Mario Kart
apparently
10.
they said there was like teasers for it being like soon, but
I think they should call it Mario Kart X though, like, because that sounds better
yeah,
than 10.
that'd be good because that is Roman numerals.
And Mario
for
Party
10, so.
10 was like a massive flop, wasn't it? Mario Party 10 was like really bad, and that was 10. So please Nintendo, don't call
I
it
guess,
10.
Yeah, call it X because it's catchy. Mario Kart X, Yeah.
Mario Kart X, and they could make like the
Mario
X
Kart
like.
Twitter, yeah.
Oh my! I just thought of that as well. Mario Kart.
Oh,
that
no.
don't make the X like two different fonts in one.
Yeah, just make it a normal X, please. Yeah, please.
I've always wanted Kamek in Mario Kart, but like now I've got to spend 20 quid in order to get him. This
I'm
is the thing.
assuming
Like,
in the next game, I'm assuming it'll be free. Like,
yeah. Like like the that's what they like normally do. I want Goomba. They need to include Goomba. They need to include Goomba in Mario Kart.
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
this before, but like what was I gonna say? I've forgotten. Right, that's nice. But yeah, I think this is just Nintendo like being greedy with that one. So the next paragraph. So wait, I want to go back to something you said. You said the Nintendo Switch is losing, or something like that. It's behind, or something.
yeah. It's
What do you
just
mean by that?
not in sales or like popularity. It's always doing well, but in terms of like physical hardware and capabilities, compared to other consoles and other companies, it's very behind on the times. And that's
You
clear.
think because
by,
you said it's behind the Xbox One in terms of like what hardware?
yeah, like some of the games you could play. Obviously, I mean, it's obvious that no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, your like PS Vita plays better games than my Nintendo DS. That's obvious, But it's
Yeah.
that kind of, it's that same comparison. Like the Nintendo Switch is behind other modern consoles,
Yeah.
and that's just how it is because it's a smaller scale console in a way.
And because it takes cartridges. Who said that?
But it still has its own good own benefits and things like that. Also, cartridges are like good enough for some games. Like, have you seen Xenoblade 3? It
but-
looks amazing. It runs
Yeah, but that's
amazing.
like a DS game as well. Like it's smaller than a DS cartridge. And not even the 3DS. The original DS is like it has bigger cartridges.
Well, yeah, but that's because they managed to
Normal DS.
compact it. They can manage to
Normal
compact it.
DS.
No, they managed to compact it. They're being smart of their
Imagine like getting your
space.
Switch like handheld mode and just like inserting a disc in the top.
It'll
It
be
would
so
work.
awkward.
See the thing, like no, I was like joking earlier, but like discs, like it's a well-known fact, isn't it, that like they can hold more memory. Like discs can hold more memory. That's why people switch to discs to the phone. If PlayStation suddenly switched to cartridges, I don't think many people
Well,
would
the thing
like
is,
it.
you know, the disc doesn't actually hold the memory. The disc holds the data. The
Yeah, the data,
console
sorry,
holds the
yeah.
memory. Then the console reads the data and then downloads it. And
But
so really, the disc is just like a key unlocking a door. And
Yeah, but the disc
it's all on the console.
Yeah, but I doubt like say like take like what Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Would you be able to put that game on a cartridge? I don't think so.
Okay, no, because
Discs, because
there's
discs,
a difference between them. Like, that's the difference.
Yeah,
That's the thing, yeah.
but discs, that's because discs are like, you know, they hold like more in them. You can like do more with discs. They're more flexible. That's why they switched
I think it's because
from the
okay,
N64
with a
to the
cartridge,
GameCube. They use those like tiny discs, but they're still discs.
yeah,
at the end of the
cartridges
day.
hold a lot of data. I think that's the difference. Discs are more like a key, like I said, but then
A key?
yeah, because discs are like just here's the data your console needs, and then your console downloads it all using the internet and things like that, and that data, and it's stored on the console, not stored on the disc. Whereas with a cartridge, a lot of stuff is stored on the cartridge. Your save data is stored like on your DS or whatever, but the actual
Yeah.
or sorry, on a 3DS. On the original DS, it was all stored on the cartridge, but nowadays it's like half and half. But that's why those games wouldn't run on the cartridge, because the cartridge actually has to hold a lot of data, whereas a disc doesn't. So that's why you wouldn't be able to run that kind of thing.
Yeah. So Nintendo are still behind, basically.
Okay, yeah, but I still think cartridges work, like for the future, for their types of games. Like, you know, they're not
Their
trying to
types of
release.
games.
They're not trying to
Dude, what's
release.
that?
You know, these, I don't know, smaller scale games in a way. Like, I don't know, lower quality games in a way. Like,
Lower quality games. Ooh.
but they're friendly. Like they're still
ooh.
good. Like
They are.
again, I'm talking from a technical standpoint. I'm not talking about from like the love behind it or the fun playing it. Because Nintendo games are probably my favorite types of games out there. But just looking at like graphics and how well certain things will run, like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is a freaking mess. Like it's a buggy, laggy mess.
Is it?
And yeah, haven't
Wait,
you
why?
seen it?
Because I thought I heard like good things about Scarlet and Violet.
You know, it's got a great story, good Pokemon, you know,
It
good
lags.
characters, but it's laggy as hell on everyone's consoles. No matter what you do, it's really laggy.
Even on the OLED.
There's loads of bugs, yeah, on everything. I think half of that is Game Freak's fault because they can't program the game properly because they're stuck in the past. But half of it is the Switch's fault for just, you know, again, like you said, I guess, you know, cartridge versus disc.
I don't think it is all the cartridge's fault. It's
That's not all
definitely the
cartridge,
hardware as well.
Yeah, the hardware, yeah. I'm not saying it's all cartridge, but I'm saying like
But if you
it
think about
limits it.
the main sort of body of like because you know all these like consoles like the Xbox, PlayStation, that's the box, like the main component, like the heart of the console is like the console. You know, it's like a pretty big, it's a well-sized box. The main body of the Nintendo Switch is just like the handheld thing. It's like that slab. It's like that slab of like if you take off the Joy-Cons, you're holding the main part, and that's like I think that's like sort of. Like, because you can still run games, like, good games on it.
Of course, like Xenoblade 3 runs really well, and it is so packed full of everything, and it looks really good. And that's the thing, like, that's why people look at Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and they'll be like, oh yeah, these games are really rubbish, we need a new Switch. But then look at Xenoblade and how it runs, and it's like, you don't need a new Switch, but obviously...
We need a new Switch.
For certain developers, I guess, like Game Freak, yeah, if they had more hardware capabilities with a new Switch, for example, then yeah, they would have had an easier time making the game. So anyway, we're getting besides the point.
Pokemon Legends Arceus could run on the Xbox 360.
I don't think it could.
Yes, it could.
Because the
I'll
codes
defend
are
that till I
different.
die.
It's
yeah, the
made
codes are
differently.
different, but like if I'm saying like if, like what if, because like the graphics, like like have you seen some of the Xbox 360 games? Like some Xbox 360 games have better graphics than current Nintendo Switch games, and Pokemon Legends Arceus is one of them.
I mean, yeah, true. Have you seen Skyrim? Like Skyrim's beautiful even in like the old kind of messy graphics. It's still beautiful, and it's got great lighting and everything. I get it. Okay, the only problem with Legend Arceus is the graphics. Yes, I understand, but still, I don't
I
know.
wouldn't say the only problem.
Well,
we'll get to that in August.
Yeah. I mean, well, this month now, but yeah,
this one.
the only main problem. Yeah.
No, I'd say there's a lot of main problems, but alright.
We'll save it.
Well, back to there being another Switch. I don't know how we got here. But yeah, like an enhanced version of, I mean, a Princess Peach game. Are you that interested in that?
No, it doesn't look very good.
No. I mean, I've not seen much of it. I only saw it in the Nintendo Direct. It was like a small like cutscene, but yeah, like that does. I mean, it doesn't really interest me. And like an enhanced version of Luigi's Mansion 2. I already beat Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS. So again, it's only gonna really for people who want to go back to it for like nostalgia purposes, or 2, like haven't played it before, like they didn't have a DS. So but and it says the long-delayed Metroid Prime 4 remains undated. Does that just mean like that we don't know when that's going to come?
Yeah, we don't know when it's released. Going to be released.
Right. Well, that was the news of the week. I think that's been better news than last time. There's no King Kong game.
Are you excited for that console though? Are you excited? You know?
Yeah, I am. I'm interested to see what they do, because I've said in the past that like I don't know what Nintendo are going to do next, because they've already sort of reached like the best. You can play this thing. Portably, but you can play it at home. Like what now? Like what are they going to improve now? Like they could, because before it's either they've either made a handheld, or they've made a home console. But now they've made sort of like 2 in 1. What are they going to do now? If they release a handheld, they'll get backlash. If they release a home console, they'll get backlash. I think they have to just continue like the Switch narrative.
Yeah, but then it's like, how do they be innovative and change it? They can't do the same thing again. They have to stick to this formula that's working for them, but then somehow add new features that make it really, really good.
Cause I do miss the era like where they used to like release both home consoles and handhelds like separately.
Yeah.
But it feels like if they do that now, like there'll be fans. If they release like a handheld, fans will go like, well, like it's worse than the Switch because you can't like play it on the TV. If they release a home console, well, it's worse than the Switch. Back in the day,
the different consoles had their different charms. Like that was the whole kind of point of it. You play your DS because the pixelated Pokemon games had their own charm. You play the Wii because your family likes playing Wii Sports. There's different reasons for playing them. Yeah. And nowadays the Switch kind of combines it all, which I think is a good thing. I don't want them to kind of go back to that days, because although those days were great, I think it wouldn't work anymore.
But the thing is, though, is that like, where are Nintendo going to be in 100 years? What are they going to like improve about the Switch to like carry on their company?
In that time, they would have had to. They probably would go full home console and like just drop the handheld thing.
Do you think so? Do you think the Switch will last like forever?
No, I don't think the Switch will last very long in the long run. I think the next console, if they still call it the Switch, like the Switch 2, whatever, maybe.
I think eventually they have to leave the Switch formula.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because if they just switch this, switch that, switch, if they just like switch like they just like keep bringing out the
Switch, yeah. No,
but but like if they just keep doing that, like I feel like it'll get old really fast.
Yeah,
people will like think like, hang on, like, I played this in like 2017, but anyways, like like I feel like they would have to. So do you think like after the Switch is done, they'll sort of go back to the sort of, oh, let's make a home console, oh, let's make a handheld? Like, do you think they'll sort of go back to that?
No. I think it will be all home console.
So they won't make any more handhelds, but that's kind of like that's kind of like worse though, isn't it? They should still release some handhelds.
It is worse, but I think they will abandon the handheld kind of thing and just be like, well, no one really uses handheld that much anymore. So
but PlayStation released PSP and PS Vita.
Yeah, that was so long ago though. Like, no, they haven't released one for so long. Like, everyone's given up on handhelds.
But it doesn't really like.
And with like your phones getting so, advanced with games and stuff, you can just play mobile games that are really good now. So that's the thing.
But like the majority, like a lot. It's okay. Like, what mobile games are like really good, like on sort of Switch level?
Genshin Impact, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but what if you don't like anime? That's the thing.
And I'm just saying, like, for example, like with how much your phone can run. Like my phone isn't great. It can run Genshin. Genshin's a really good game.
So can mine, but like, what if I don't want to play like on the because like touchscreen controls aren't the best way to play games.
Then maybe just go to a company that has the kind of controllers for your phone, and that'll be it. Like honestly, I think Nintendo aren't gonna care. They're just gonna go for profits, and they'll be like, okay, we can make a home console.
Because I prefer to like play like games like with a control. Like I don't like touchscreen, like because there's a lot of things that can go wrong with touchscreen. But like, yeah, I mean, it's weird to think about that, like what they're gonna do. Like I think you can't just release a Switch over and over again.
That'll be 10. Like, yeah, of course they're not gonna do that. But that'll be like 10, 20 years down the line. So
yeah,
we don't have to worry about that just yet, you know.
Well, because it's in the same way they stopped like the DSs. Like I don't think there'll ever be another DS. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll ever be another DS. I think the DS like phase is sort of the last one they made was what, the 2DS XL.
Yeah.
And the names as well.
Also,
like,
the new 2DS XL.
Yeah. So you've got the 2DS, the new 2DS XL, the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the new 3DS, the new 3DS XL. Like it's imagine they make the new Nintendo Switch XL.
That's what we've been joking about. Me and Judah were joking about it for so long. Like, what are they gonna call it?
Or like Nintendo Switch U.
It will either be like, what will it be? Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch with like a letter behind it. Like, yeah.
If they name it Nintendo Switch U, then it will sell like the Wii U.
Yeah, people have been saying call it like a Switch Pro or something, but then I don't know.
That's boring though. That's like that's not really in Nintendo's like
new
nature.
Nintendo Switch Pro.
New Nintendo Switch.
D3
XL
OLED
LCD.
So yeah, not OLED, LCD.
LCD and OLED in one.
Yeah, well, imagine they marketed like the lack of OLED. Like the Switch
oh,
LCD.
there's no more OLED now. Now we've got LCD to cut costs.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my. Anyways,
I'm excited for the console coming out. I'm excited.
I am, and I'm interested. I'm going to be theorizing about it. I'll be theorizing about it in the months to come. So, announcements. The Arceus debate recording is in August is confirmed. I'm pretty sure we're going to be recording it. The recording will happen sometime in August, hopefully, and then it'll be released either late August or early September. Once it's been advertised around all the socials and stuff. Instagram, X, and all that. That's so weird, man. I can't get used to that.
They gotta change it back. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah. But anyways, yeah. So Arceus debate still coming. That's the only announcement we've got, I think, this time. There's not really any more announcements because that is like the upcoming thing, isn't it? And I can't wait because I'm gonna like do like a whole day where I just like research.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been watching playthroughs of Arceus again just to get my memory refreshed. On everything about it. So.
It's just Monster Hunter Pokemon mod.
No, it's not actually that similar to Monster Hunter, It doesn't feel like a Monster Hunter.
It's not the Pokemon formula though. It's not the right formula.
Of course, but it's a spin-off game. Mystery Dungeon isn't the Pokemon formula.
Yeah, but there was no need to make it.
What do you mean there's no need to make it? Why wouldn't you?
Because it was way back when, like, what's it? It was like set before all of it, where like, oh, Pokemon are evil, but like,
yeah, it gives.
There was no need.
It gives good Pokemon lore. It's good. It's good characters, good music.
And like I don't know about you, but I hate.
Fun. It's fun.
Debatable.
The new battling as someone who plays competitive Pokemon, the new battling systems and new Pokemon are very interesting.
Well,
new items.
We'll see. Anyway, you just.
Thing is, they're going to keep making Legend games. Like in the future, they're going to make like Legend Kyurem and things like that.
No, my gosh.
And it's going to be good because
it's going to be bad. Okay, update the graphics and I'll pay it some credence.
Yeah, of course they're going to spend more time on the graphics this time. Like there were mistakes made in Arceus, but I think they're going to improve on them in the next one. And then everyone can appreciate it. And you can start whining like a little, you can appreciate the games. Get out of there. Read the question of the week. Just read that.
It's me and Judah both like have the same opinion. Arceus is absolute wank.
It's so not though. You guys haven't. Judah hasn't even seen half the game.
It's just going to be 2v2.
It.
It's going to be 2v2 when in the Arceus bit it'll be 2v2 and you'll be sort of like the one just there because like you think there's good and bad about it.
Yeah,
the other two people think there's absolute good about it. Me and Judah don't like it in the slightest.
Yeah, you guys are like. you two are completely against it and you won't listen to reason. The other two are completely for it and they won't listen to reason. And I'm here like, yeah, I accept the mistakes, but I still like it.
That's why it'll be a brilliant episode, is because it'll be all of us just shouting.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Trying to keep you all in check.
Was it like I said, like when you said like, oh, there's good and bad things about it. You said there's good things. I went like, we'll see, and you just went like that, like under your breath. It's like you were genuinely annoyed. Oh. Question of the week. This time we've actually got one. Last time we didn't, because we didn't have the email and stuff, and I still didn't have one. This one got sent to me by Judah. So this is from Tara. I think it's Dallas, Texas. Yeah, Tara from Dallas, Texas. So let's read it. I am your long-term McDonald's-loving Nintendo certified geek listener. Now, that's describing a lot about yourself. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and your Nintendo podcast adds a bit of British to my love every week, and I love it. Plus, it's about Nintendo. I have a question to shoot at you both, and that is, do you think Nintendo will get more popular in the future and even bigger, or do you think they will have a crash and maybe drop out one day? I know for a fact we all love the games they make, but let's be real, they have treated their fans like rubbish, put a man into debt, shut down YouTubers' careers, and attacked an emulator company with no negotiation. With an attitude like that, do you think failure is in sight for the company? Of course, their games will last forever, but the company, let's hope karma does not exist in this case. Yeah, so I guess like this is me and you can just answer this now. So what do you think? Do you think? So this is the question. What do you think? Thanks for writing in, by the way. It's good that we have people all over the world. Yeah. Do you think? Because I'm under the opinion that Nintendo, I don't think they'll have a massive crash, but I think it'll be a steady, unless they don't like improve certain aspects about themselves as a company and their products. I think it'll be a steady decline. What do you think?
I think, going back to the console thing, I think it will be a slow, like right now it is on a slow decline anyway. You know, the sales are dropping.
Yeah.
People are really disliking the company for all the bad stuff they're doing. But I think if the new console comes out, you know, when it comes out next year, if it's really good, I think the company will go back up, but not in the sense that like morals. I think the company will still be really bad. I think they're still going to treat their fans badly. They're still going to, you know, do all the dodgy stuff, and we're just going to have to accept it, really.
Yeah, but the thing is,
what can we do about it other than we can appreciate the games and we can support the game creators? You know, like. Game companies, they're not doing anything wrong. It's just the higher ups at Nintendo, they're the ones who are causing the problems. So
yeah, I don't like the fact of I've never liked that fact about Nintendo, where they're so sort of sensitive over these things. Like we said last time about like the Dolphin emulator, like they quit, like as soon as they like found out that it said like they told them no, like just you're not doing that. Like they just immediately like, you know, like you're not putting it on Steam, and like. They're so stingy with this stuff, and it's just like, yeah, like they said, like they've shut down YouTubers' careers, like in, you know, some cases like Point Crow, like there's that whole situation. They also like take down, you know, music. People use music like from Nintendo, sometimes get taken down.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's like all their shady practices, and like
I think because their views on it are so backwards. They're so out of touch with the internet, despite
they should be appreciative that people like their music.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like when they think about the music. Rather than be like, you're stealing, they should be like, oh yeah, you enjoy our music and you want to share it around.
Yeah.
With people who mod the games, they're not changing the game because they don't like it. They're changing it because they like it so much that they want to add even more to it.
They want to add even more to it.
This is their passion for the game. Like I'm always worried about my YouTube channel, like when I make Nintendo remixes, remasters, things like that. I'm not doing them to be like, yeah, this is my music now. I'm stealing your music.
No.
Like that's what they'd see it as. But really, I'm like, yeah, I really like this music, so I want to add my own touch to it and then share it with the world. We all do it because we're passionate about it, but Nintendo don't see it that way. They see it as like, oh yeah, you're stealing.
I don't know though.
They don't understand.
It's their own fans.
Yeah, they don't understand.
These are the only people who are like, you know, without the fans, they you know, they're nothing.
They wouldn't
without
exist
the fans.
without us, really. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's at least we can appreciate the composers and the game developers, but it's just the company itself. It's I don't think they're gonna improve. But then I don't think, to answer the question, I don't think they're gonna actually like crash or anything. I think they'll keep going for a long, long time. But I don't think they're going to get any better. I think, as terms of like, as the consoles and games go, yeah, they'll keep improving, they'll keep getting better.
But
But
they're
the
taking
company
down
itself,
people. But they're taking down people like what? Because they're worried about like what? Losing like £5, like not even that. Like what? What does that make a difference to Nintendo's
it's
wallet?
petty. It's petty, and they have really just, like I said, backwards views. They don't understand the internet or their fans or anything.
They just have dollar signs in their eyes like all the time.
Yeah, they're just blinded by
It literally said like they're gonna
the corporation.
it's semi confirmed that they'll use an LCD screen to cut costs like for themselves as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
what? Like it makes no sense. Like
Basically, we all know they're not a good company, but I think
Like,
they'll
what
still.
other
I think
company-
they'll still survive. Like that's
what other
just business, really. Like,
yeah, but what other company attacks their own? Like you never see of like Sony or Microsoft like coming out saying like if you lose like some PlayStation like menu music, you don't hear them coming out and going like oh like you're using.
it
our
is a
music.
shame, yeah, because things like with Xbox, it's actually the opposite of like with modding and stuff. Like for taking
Oh, yeah.
taking Skyrim for example, they push modding so hard, and Bethesda is owned by Xbox and everything like that. But they push modding. They're always like, yeah, mod our games. Go ahead. We make it easily moddable for you.
Yeah, no.
And that kind of thing's so good.
Have you heard about RetroArch on the Xbox Series S and X?
No, I haven't. No.
So you can basically, if you go like, I can literally go onto this. I've not done it yet. I'll probably do it soon,
Mhm.
but it takes like half an hour. But I can go onto the Xbox Series S right now. Go onto the Microsoft store, type in dev mode, and you can literally put your console in dev mode and like
Oh,
get
yeah,
emulators on
yeah.
it. You can
Yeah.
literally you can play GameCube games, PS2 games.
That's
You
the
can
thing,
play
they're so
RetroArch.
open.
You can like download RetroArch onto your like Xbox through dev mode without like no. This is like completely like vanilla. I've not done anything to my Xbox. I can literally go on right now, get dev
Yeah,
mode
yeah.
off the Microsoft store, and just play emulated games. And it's like
that's so good. Like obviously, like Nintendo, I don't get why Nintendo are like, oh yeah, we don't want you modifying our things. They're just very strict. I think that's the problem, is they're too strict.
they're too
And
strict.
then like Xbox and Sony, Microsoft and Sony, they're the complete opposites. They're like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. We're happy. We'll even help you do it. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. That's like the stark contrast, the complete difference between these companies.
Yeah.
And Nintendo needs to change, but I don't think they're going to change. I think it will take them either a long time to do it, or they're just never going to do it.
Yeah. No. And
That's just how- I think
yeah,
that's just how it
but
is.
they definitely need to. But whether or not they will is like another.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like another thing. But like you said, like in the future, like do you think they'll get even bigger, or do you think they'll have a crash? What do you think, like in the very very far future? Like what do you think they need to do long term? Like what do you think's gonna happen long term?
I think they're
Really
going
long
to...
term.
Obviously, what they need to do is listen to the fans, change a lot of the directors and, leaders, and Nintendo needs to change them. But I think in terms of, like, if it's going to crash or get even bigger, I think Nintendo is still going to be on, like, overall a steady rise. I think it's not going to crash. I think it'll be alright for at least, like, another few decades. Maybe after then it might crash because they'll run out of ideas. And, you can only...
I think that's the
be
problem.
creative
I
for
think
so
like ideas are like, could like especially now because they've already like the Switch and stuff. Like oh, it's home and it's handheld, which it is. It's not just a handheld. Then
Yeah,
they've already
like,
sort of
like
like
you said earlier, yeah, they can't do it forever, and
they've
it
already
makes
sort of
sense, yeah.
done like the best like thing they could possibly make. I mean, not really. They could like sort of increase the hardware of it. I mean, apparently like some people complain about like the performance of the Switch as well.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Mm.
It's outdated. It's what came out 2017. They still haven't changed it. The
No,
OLED
no,
hasn't got
they-
better hardware. It's just a better screen. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the OLED, like it's the same hard. You can tell it's the same hardware.
Yeah,
Um,
it's still
they didn't-
old.
And they didn't
So-
change the Joy-Cons of one of the things that people were complaining about with the Switch is that their Joy-Cons were drifting. They didn't change the Joy-Cons on the OLED. They're the exact
Yeah,
same
yeah.
Joy-Cons but just white.
That's the thing. They haven't actually upgraded anything realistically. They haven't actually changed much with the Switch. But
Yeah.
again, with the new one, they will make. Good
But I guess the
changes,
OLED
actually.
screen sort of like bumps the price up so they're allowed to sell it for like 500 like
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think they'll like run out of ideas maybe in like a few decades. I don't think it'll be a crash. Like they'll never crash. It'll just
be a
maybe have
slow
like a period
decline,
of
I
like a
think.
slow decline.
Like I think they'll keep rising, and then they'll hit a point where they're like, we haven't got anything else we can do, and they all just run dry and it was ghosted out.
Yeah, because the
People will
PlayStation
still-
and Xbox, like,
Yeah.
what do you say?
I'll say people will still play the games and use the consoles, but as far as like new stuff go, I think their sales will go down, and that will lead the company slowly going down.
Yeah, because like the PlayStation and Xbox, they're kitted out. Like they can just keep releasing like PS6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
They
12.
can just go like in forever and ever.
Yeah,
Realistically,
and like
because
Xbox can just like
all they got to
keep,
do is
yeah.
just design a new console,
yeah,
put
and
some
every
new graphics drivers in, and upgrade the hardware, and then
and that's
boom,
what they
you're
do.
done.
Every time
That's
they
it.
release, every time the new PlayStation's release, they
Yeah.
upgrade the hardware. The
The thing is,
PS5
the
hardware is better than the
PS5
PS4 hardware, and the PS4 hardware is better than the PS3 hardware, and so on.
Yeah.
That's what they do. But they need to. I think for the Switch 2, they absolutely definitely like need to improve it drastically to like reach some of the standards. Like
Yeah.
with
I
other stuff.
think they could increase it quite a bit. They could
Yeah,
improve
it's
on
possible.
it quite a bit, because the thing is, like PS4 to PS5, there's actually not that much of a difference. And so
No.
people complaining about the PS5 price is so insanely high, and there's not actually that much of a technical difference between them.
There
It's
is-
very
no.
slight. Unless you're really hardcore into gaming, I wouldn't recommend upgrading, because
No,
it
I've
doesn't
still got
actually.
PS4.
Yeah, it doesn't actually change much. I've still got an Xbox One. It doesn't actually change much. But with the Switch, it kind of needs that big step forwards.
Yeah, because
so
like
that you can play all
everyone's
these
complaining 'cause,
those kind of
like,
games.
yeah, then it's same with the Xbox as well. Like Xbox One to Xbox Series S and X. No, it's like it's not really like a drastic because people said like PS1 to PS2 was a massive jump. PS2 to PS3 was an even bigger jump. PS3 to PS4 was quite a big jump, and then PS4 to PS5 just there doesn't seem like there's like any difference
Yeah,
compared
yeah.
to like other new PlayStations.
Yeah,
It seems
the,
like
the main difference is like, oh yeah, Xbox Series X, you can run 60 frames on any game. That's really good. However, is that really worth the giant
I mean, I
price
got an
tag?
Xbox Series S because like I didn't have an Xbox One. If I already had an Xbox One, like I
Okay.
would have just had that at me because there was some games on like Xbox, like there's some Xbox exclusives I wanted to play, and like there was I found like a cheap Xbox Series S, so I thought yeah, I'll just get it because
But
Xbox
then
Series S
again,
is
the-
not like the sort of big next gen console. That's the X. The
Yeah,
S
yeah,
is
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like the cheaper alternative to like it, and it
Mm.
still like runs sort of like really well. But like, what were you saying?
I was saying like the thing again, thinking about it is, although like we're saying now, oh yeah, don't upgrade. Eventually you'll have to, because they'll stop releasing games for
Oh,
our current gen. That'll be only on the next gen console.
when that happens, I'm gonna mod the absolute living out of my PS4.
I was
when-
really worried that Starfield would only be on the modern consoles, but I think it is coming to Xbox One
And
as well,
PS4,
which is
yeah.
great. No, it's an Xbox exclusive.
Oh, is it? Oh, good
Yeah.
job I got an Xbox then.
I think it's going to be exclusive for like the first half a year or something like that, or maybe just forever. I don't even know.
I think that would be a lot. That'll get some backlash.
No, but,
but,
it's
like, I
because-
don't
mean,
think so, 'cause-
Microsoft owns Bethesda. They bought Bethesda. That's why.
Well, that's yeah. The problem is that the Xbox Series S is only digital,
Yeah.
so you can't put discs in it.
No disk drive. Yeah.
No disc drive.
So
So
download everything.
you got to download everything, and that's why that's kind of annoying because you can get like games on like that have with a disc drive, games that have like a sort of like you can get some like discs from like not from like the actual store itself that are like being sold by other people because like they don't know like the worth of it, so they're just trying to get rid of it. Like say for example like an old game that came out like a year or two ago, you can get it on disc say for like between £10 to £20. On the Microsoft store it'll probably be like £40 to £50 because they don't lower the price when they release since they've released that game on the digital store, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's the price sort of drops on the physical versions but not on the digital versions unless they do a sale, which is like once every I don't even know. But I've got like an Xbox Series, so if I want to get Starfield I can, but I'd have to if I wanted to get a launch I'd have to pay full price anyway, so
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, I think they need to upgrade the hardware definitely with the next Switch. But again, I think there'll be a dark sort of period of Nintendo where they don't know what to do next.
Yeah. Obviously, it will hit that point eventually, but like I said earlier, we don't have to worry about that right now. Because that is what, so far in the future, we can be okay now to be like, yeah. We don't have to worry about it. We can just enjoy what they're giving us.
Oh,
now,
and also, do you know when GTA 6 is coming out?
probably like 2035 or something like that. But realistically, it's probably going to take so like the Elder Scrolls 6 is probably going to come out like 2028, something like that. And then
GTA 6 though, they'll probably like re-release, like, because they've re-released GTA 5 like 3 times. When the PS6 will probably come out before, and they'll go like GTA 5 expanded and enhanced on the PS6.
I love how during the PS5 like opening thing when they first announced it, they used GTA 5 as like a flagship title for the console. Like GTA 5 on the PS5. It looks the same, bro. It doesn't look any different.
The only thing that's different is that like if you explode like a car, the fire looks more realistic. But how many times is a car going to explode in the game?
And are you really going to be staring at the fire anyway? Like,
no, no one. I don't even pay attention to the fire.
Yeah.
It's days.
Anyway. The question, we've answered the question.
Yeah. There's one thing I will say about GTA 5 is that like when they like, was it like that game thing, or was it E3? It's not E3. It was like a thing where like they watch stuff, like games coming out, and they like there's a lot of like release titles. Like,
yeah, E3. Yeah.
Right, but it wasn't like, was that when it was like lockdown or something?
During lockdown.
Because they weren't at like an actual stage. It was like a
like a presentation or something.
Yeah, but it was like a live stream, and everyone was
watching.
watching.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I mean, it could have been E3 or something like that.
But anyway,
I know they cancelled it for a couple of years.
It came up like Rockstar Games, and everyone was like, "Oh, Rockstar Games!" And then then some people even went like, "Wait, this is Grand Theft Auto 6," and then the GTA 5 logo came up. They're like, "Wait, GTA 5?
New DLC for online, GTA Online." Yeah, it's like,
New DLC, mate. Rockstar pushes DLC so much, it's untrue. It's
not.
But anyways, thank you, Tara from Texas. Yeah, that's our opinions on Nintendo. We think it's a while yet before they'll run out of ideas and crash. I don't think they'll ever crash, to be honest. I think the worst they'll get is just like getting to like a low point, and then they'll just have to work their way back up.
Yeah, or maybe they will drop out one day, but that'll be like
ages.
Dropping out from making new consoles. They'll still have their stuff available and things like that. So
yeah. But anyways, it's been a better episode than last time, I'll say.
Yeah.
We've actually been able to talk about the news stories this time. They've actually been interesting. Maybe not a second one, but the other two have been interesting, and so it's been a good episode. Please send in your questions and comments to jlsgaming135@gmail.com. Please subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you're listening from, and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, as this will help us out greatly and get the podcast around. Our socials will be in the description: Instagram, YouTube, X, website and Discord. Until then, it's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.